Hello and welcome to my channel if you're new here. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Violet and today I wanted to talk about a repair I did on my Nintendo Switch Lite. When I did my last repair, I replaced one of the Joy-Cons. You may have watched that video. I'll link it right here for you, just in case you're curious. And it went pretty well. Not too many problems. However, I did bend the casing. So, you know what? I've already been in this thing twice. First time was when we sent it out to Nintendo and they repaired it for me under warranty. Second time, I repaired the second Joy-Con myself. And this time, we're gonna replace the casing. No problem. Everything's gonna go perfect, right? Just follow the tutorials. Nothing can go wrong if you follow the tutorials. That's what I thought. And I thought, you know, I have the tools. I'm having fun with this. Already voided the warranty. That's okay. I'm not too fussed about that. So do you know what we're gonna do? We're going to change the casing. Okay, so here is my attempt at changing the case on my Switch. I ordered this part from Amazon. It was about $40, so this is an expensive repair. However, my yellow casing is damaged and doesn't fit correctly, so I thought, why not try? Also, it's fun to make a video, right? So you can see it comes with the screen protector, it comes with all the parts and screws and buttons, which is great, and I love the color. I always set up a piece of cardboard, and that is how I keep track of my screws. That's what the Sharpies and cardboard are for, just to try and remember where everything went. I am following their online tutorial as recommended, and you know what? It's a great tutorial. No problem with it. I think if you have the tutorial going and you take your time, you could do this pretty effectively in 2 hours without damaging your Switch. Now, all fine and dandy, but as always, I have to modify. So I'm grabbing a debit card to remove the front casing and the back casing. It's just a little bit tight. Now that we're in, I am still following the tutorial. You always want to unplug the battery before you unplug anything else because you don't want to get yourself shocked. Pretty much common sense, but again, I always follow the step by step just to make sure I'm not missing a trick. Now, this looks pretty great, but I've run into a problem. That's a stripped screw, and it's still stripped, and it's not moving. So I did get some super glue and tried to remove it that way and ended up with super glue on my face, which I very don't recommend. I was unable to remove the speaker module, so I ended up breaking it off the motherboard, which is an interesting choice. As you can see, I'm attempting to put it back together. Much later in the day, I was very frustrated and pretty sure I had destroyed my Switch at this point because, yeah, I just snapped a chunk off of the board to get the speaker screw off. But we're trying. We're going to keep on trying. We're going to, in earnest, put this thing back together again. So at this point, you know, I haven't given up. We're going to keep trying and see what happens despite the strip screw problem. So this is my end product. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some issues here. In fact, there's more than one issue. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Watch this. It turns on. Yay! It kind of worked. Before you go into your own Nintendo Switch and attempt to do a repair, I want to tell you what went wrong with mine. I actually didn't expect it to turn on because, well, we did a couple of modifications. I'm very happy that this still works, even though it only has one speaker module now. My B and X buttons don't work very well, which could be a problem. However, the Y and the A are working perfectly well, so I'm sure I can still play most games. And the D-pad, mostly good. But you know, maybe I'll go into it and do another repair. I just love how this looks. I love the color. It's so fun and unique to have your own special Switch with its own little modifications. However, you'll notice that after I did the blow-dry job on the screen, it's a little lifted. It's so far from perfect. I probably should have left the poor thing alone. But it's still kind of fun. What I would say is if you've already gone in and done a couple of repairs and it is no longer your only Switch in your life and you want to go ahead and try, you can. It's not the worst repair in the world. It is really hard to do though. I would definitely recommend watching the tutorial and doing it step by step and trying to keep track of your screws. It can be a bit of a challenge. And if you get a stripped screw, you're pretty much hooped. I was lucky where my screw was stripped. I was able to kind of rip it off the logic board and I only lost a speaker module. But had it been somewhere else, there's a really good chance that I wouldn't have an operating Switch today. I really don't recommend having that kind of situation happen. If you strip a screw, then this might be a non-starter. Anyways, if you had fun watching this video, let me know in the comments below. If you have strategies for dealing with screws that have been completely stripped, let me know, because the super glue didn't work, the elastic band didn't work, my force of will didn't work. We just had to rip it out. And that can't be right. There's got to be a better way to do things. That seems super ridiculous. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a beautiful day.